guys, a very warm welcome to Motorhoming Adventures.
Motorhoming Adventures.
Absolutely, this is our new channel, and the old one being...
It was offshore and onshore adventures, but here we're going to bring you all things motorhoming, the UK, Europe, further afield, who knows.
Absolutely, and we'll also be bringing across some of our original films that are on our old channel, or motorhoming films of course, and we'll be bringing them onto this channel so you don't miss out.
Absolutely, yeah. So stay tuned. All things motorhoming, technical, trips, travels, you name it. It's great to have you along.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you enjoy the channel, please do subscribe.
Oh, of course. Please do subscribe. And of course, the odd like is good too.
Thank you.
Hi guys, having just got back from France and gone close to a couple of cities with low emission zone charging, I thought I would just put something together that explains to you what the Critair sticker system is about. The Critair stickers are those stickers that you stick into the windscreen of your motorhome or car or motorbike or whatever you're using in Europe to comply with the regulations, emission zone regulations that they have started to introduce in France across a number of their cities. So here's a very brief introduction and guide as to what I did to get the Critair sticker and a bit more about the process itself. Okay. So the first thing to say is that the official website that you can get your sticker from is that one there, which I've just printed out for you. There's a number of ways into it when you do the good old Google search. Some sites will try and charge you additional money to just manage the process. It's a bit like when you perhaps renew your driving license in the UK. There's a number of unscrupulous people who volunteer to do it for you in inverted commas and then charge you a fee for doing so. But this whole process doesn't cost you much, and there indeed is the actual cost that I paid to apply for and get the Critair sticker for our motorhome, which is a 7.44 metre A-class mobile Vetta. So it's based on emissions and the Euro classification of your vehicle, and therefore to apply for it you'll not only need the princely sum of about £4, but the sticker itself then stays with your vehicle for life, so you don't have to renew it every year. Once it's in your windscreen, you have your vehicle classification, and that's your vehicle then done, however many times you go over to France. So that's the first point. Get to that site there, and from there you can then access the application process. Once you're on that site then, so I've got it up on the desktop here, you should be seeing that sort of official French flag up there in the Ministry of Ecological Transition. And you then get a choice here of choosing whether your vehicle is registered in France or abroad. We obviously were registered abroad because we're a UK vehicle. And it therefore takes you into a process down the left-hand side here, which then asks you to select your vehicle type. When you've put all the details in, you're basically given a classification number, and depending on that classification number, you can see there, it depends on generally how old your vehicle is and whether or not it's a Euro 6 or a Euro 5 or whatever vehicle. So what I did then was just choose, obviously, that we are a diesel vehicle. We are then a category of vehicle you want. Now, category of vehicle is normally obtained from your vehicle registration certificate. So if we spin over here and look at the registration certificate for my motorhome, the category is normally down here under J, vehicle category. But of course then straight away some will have it in there, a vehicle category, but I didn't. So there's where the first little hiccup is, so what's my vehicle category? Well, what I then did was ring up the Marquis Motorhomes where we bought our motorhome from, and they then checked the type approval certificate for it online and told me that the type approval was a category M1. So that's why I've used the category M1 there. And just for clarification of that process, if you go on to the government agency, the UK government agency for vehicle categories, you can then double check, which is what I did just to make sure I was getting the correct details from Marquis. So obviously not category L. They told me I was a category M1, so these are category M1, vehicles used for the carriage of passengers and comprising not more than 8 seats. So we certainly haven't got more than 8 seats, and it is for the carriage of passengers. So that looked pretty good. So I double checked category M2 and M3, and those are for vehicles that are over 5 tons or that take more passengers, so i.e. coaches, minibuses, all that sort of thing. So M1 does appear to be the category. So with the category, we were able to then go back, select it on vehicle type, and then drop in which Euro standard we were. We're a Euro 6. So then straight away up it comes was the classification we would be. We're a Euro 6 diesel, and therefore from that you can then go to the order my sticker bit, which is what we did, and you just have to then put in a little bit more information where you're registered. So obviously we're not in France, we're abroad. It then gave you an option for your country of registration, registration number, date of first registration, category again. So again I put in M1 because that was right. Diesel fuel, the serial number there, I used the chassis number, and then obviously the details of your vehicle, which Euro standard, and the CO2 emissions. I lifted off some of the detail here on the vehicle registration document and just put those figures in to the site there, which is accepted. Then the last bit I did was, it says you've got to provide a registration certificate proof. So I photocopied the front sheet and this middle sheet of the registration document, scanned it onto the computer, and then when you click on add my proof, it obviously gives you the ability to navigate to where you've kept your scan, uploaded those 2 pages of the registration document, and then clicked on continue. It then takes you into a payment screen where, as I say, we had to pay the princely sum of, which I did through PayPal. You've got a PayPal option on there, or a bank transfer option, or whatever you need to do. It then, at the end of that process, it spat out a couple of confirmations. It gave you the fact that we had obviously paid our amount. It gave you the fact that it had worked out we were a Crit Air 2. And these documents, which arrived immediately after I applied on the 4th of July by email, they are, you can then carry them with you in your vehicle, because they are proof that you've applied for your actual Crit Air sticker. So if, for example, you then went through a French city to which it applies, then you'd be able to use these bits as confirmation that you have applied, albeit you've not got your actual vehicle sticker. So we're now the 15th of July, so 13 days later, after getting the email confirmation, then arrived in the post was the Crit Air sticker itself, and with a reference number, with stuff in French, and then this sticker was just sort of underneath here. You sort of access it by lifting over the back of it, pushing it out gently, and you're left with what in effect is a bit like old money tax discs, square around the outside. This is all adhesive, and you just put it in the right hand. So the right hand, if you're looking out your windscreen, down to the driver's side, of your windscreen. The letter that they send, everything's done in French, but there's the translation of really what they sent. It was just confirmation that it must be stuck on your vehicle windscreen. On the back of the actual form, it just gives you some advice there and guidance, again in French, which translates basically to how to fix the sticker on if you've got a windscreen, or if indeed you're a motorbike and we're fitting it to your front forks or your fairing or something like that. But it's all pretty self-explanatory. Clean and dry surface, must be visible from the outside, and away you go. You can see there that obviously the registration number of your vehicle will then be on it, and that, as I say, that goes into your windscreen and it now stays with your vehicle for good. So for any French travelling, notwithstanding that other European countries of course may have similar systems, but there you can see it's a link from the official website. So if you remember, we were on the official website. One of the links from the official website takes you onto a map which shows you, interactive map, which shows you where the cities are. So you can see there's quite a few dotting up. We were going down to the Alps down here, and therefore coming through Lyon Grenoble way, you're sort of funneled into the Alps here, and it's quite difficult to avoid coming into one of their geographical regions where the low emission zones apply. Obviously it's just a thing where if you've not got your sticker displayed, you can get a fine from the French authorities, and or to be in one of the cities without having the right sticker in your window would also incur a fine as well. And then if you hover over the map, it obviously shows you what cities or what areas there are, and it defines, and generally there's links to maps that show you the exact boundaries of the emission zones as you travel near or through the city. And that's it really. So a very straightforward process. A damn sight cheaper to get the Crit Air sticker at the princely sum of £4-ish than to obviously have the 70 or 80 euro fine for not displaying it. Just get your bits and bobs together, your vehicle registration document, check your vehicle category, and all done online. So there you go. Any questions, as always, put them in the comments below. But hopefully that gives you a very brief pocket guide into what the Crit Air sticker is about, whether you be in a motorhome, a car, a motorbike, whatever it may be. And if you're near one of those cities, and probably an increasing number of cities and towns in France, then get yourselves one of these. Okay, hope that's been of some use. I'm planning our next trip over to Europe, and thoroughly looking forward to that. But if you've got any questions about it, as always, drop them in the comments below. Thanks ever so much for watching, and of course to those of you who have subscribed to the channel, thank you indeed very much as well. Look forward to seeing you again very soon. Bye now.